Hey guys, welcome to my channel. There's a lot of spoilers ahead, so viewer discretion is advised. So let's jump in. The movie today we are going to recap is Don't Breathe 2. 8 years after the events of the first film, Norman Nordstrom, Stephen Lang, lives in relative solitude with his 11-year-old daughter Phoenix, Madeline Grace, and his pet Rottweiler Shadow in the decaying suburbs of Detroit. Norman tells Phoenix that they used to have another house, which burned down in a fire, and that her mother died in that fire. Norman gets a weekly grocery supply dropped from his friend and former Army Ranger friend Hernandez, Stephanie Arcilla. Hernandez, who is Norman's only connection with society, convinces a reluctant Norman to let her take Phoenix with her to run errands in town, so that she can have some time out of the house. While running errands together, Hernandez stops at a gas station to refuel. Phoenix is ambushed by a gang member in the gas station's bathroom. However, Shadow scares the man away, but he gives the order to the gang to follow Phoenix back home. After dropping off Phoenix, Hernandez is ambushed and killed by the gang, who proceed to head to Norman's house. The gang lures Shadow away and kills him. Norman, who suspects something happened to Shadow since his food bowl is still full, goes outside to look for him, while the gang silently breaks into the house to kidnap Phoenix. Norman finds Shadow dead from a bullet wound. Realizing that Shadow was shot, he heads back to the house to defend it. A struggle ensues between Norman and the gang members. Eventually, the gang leader Raylan, Brendan Sexton 3, shows up and tells Phoenix, who is hiding with Norman, that he is her real father, confirming it by showing they both have a streak of white hair in the right side of their head. It is revealed that 8 years prior Phoenix's house burned down because a meth lab in the basement exploded. Phoenix's father was immediately taken into custody after the explosion and sentenced to 8 years in prison for various crimes. Norman found Phoenix unconscious while examining the burned house with Shadow, and he took her to his home to fulfill his desire of having a daughter again. Her father realized Phoenix was still alive after seeing her leave flowers for her mother's memorial at the burned house. A conflicted Phoenix tries to run away, but is knocked unconscious by Raul, Christian Zaja, a gang member. Meanwhile, Phoenix's father sets his dog loose on Norman, who is reluctant to kill it and decides to trap it in the attic instead. The gang decides to burn down the house, then proceeds to drive away with Phoenix captured. Unbeknownst to them, Norman releases the dog from the attic, and they both manage to escape the burning house. Outside, Norman finds Hernandez's van and arms himself with several weapons in it, then leashes the dog so that it can lead him to the gang's location. At the gang's HQ, Phoenix's father reveals that her real name is Tara. She's then introduced to her mother, Fiona O'Shaughnessy, alive but terminally ill. Tara's mother explains that 8 years ago, she made a mistake cooking a batch of meth, leading to the explosion. The chemicals which resulted from the fire ravaged her internal organs, leading to her current condition. It is then revealed that the gang decided to kidnap Tara only to have a criminal surgeon extract her heart to transplant it into her mother, since Tara is her only relative. The couple drugs Tara and takes her to a crude operating room, where the surgeon explains that due to the lack of proper equipment, he'll have to remove Tara's heart while she is fully conscious. A blackout stops the surgeon from extracting the heart. Raylan sends Raul and the rest of his gang to investigate the basement, where they're ambushed by Norman, who picks them off one by one. Raul, being the last man standing, decides he doesn't want to take part in Tara's killing and sides with Norman. Pointing him to where she is, Norman ambushes the group, killing the surgeon first. A scuffle between him and Raylan ensues, where the father accidentally shoots Tara's mom, killing her. Norman then gouges the father's eyes out and leaves him for dead. A tearful and severely injured Norman tells Tara that everything her father said was true. He confesses his crimes, including murder and rape, and tells her to run away from him. Raylan, who had survived the fight, surprises and stabs Norman in the stomach. Before he's able to finish him off, Tara kills him with a knife. Tara attempts to help Norman and tells him she can save him, to which he replies, "You already have," before dying. Tara leaves the hotel and heads to a shelter she had seen at the beginning of the film. She sees kids playing and introduces herself as Phoenix.